I'm Dominic Mantuano again. This is my good friend Jason Bretsky. I'm with the Connecticut Burns Care Foundation, and you're with?
The Connecticut Burn Center.
And together, we're doing Burn Awareness Week. This is the second video in 3 that we're doing for this week, and I am proud to say we're moving on to the next subject, which is?
So, talking about burns in the workplace, we're going to focus on how to avoid and respond to a fire should one happen in your workplace.
Absolutely, and there are several things in your workplace that obviously could catch fire, but a lot that we don't aware of, but we did cover in the first video.
So you want to think about knowing ahead of an emergency, how you're going to respond to it. So that's things like knowing where your exits are, where your alarm system is, where your fire extinguishers are, and any coworkers that may need help.
Yeah, and together you got to put all this somewhere that everybody can see, like your plan of evacuation, your plan of escape, and exactly how many of those are there so people can not only know them, but actually see them.
And not only see them, but then have a backup plan. Because what happens to fire happens between you and that exit. What's the alternate exit you can have? And then not only that, but think about where situations change. So if there's bad weather like we've just experienced, an exit path may not be the same as it normally would be. But always make sure that you're taking the stairs, not using an elevator or escalator.
Yeah, sometimes we like to take the easy way out, Jason, and the one thing we don't want to do is take the easy way out in a fire. Remember, the elevator is not your friend. The elevator doesn't help you at all because it's run by electronics, and if that's where the fire is or something goes wrong, now you're stuck in there. Always think ahead. Remember, if you yourself get stuck, then that's somebody else that the 911 responders have to take care of. So just try to make sure that you don't add to the problem, but that you're a solution to the problem.
And especially when you talk about coworkers who may have disabilities or movement problems, try to get them to an area of refuge. Even if they can't make it down the stairs, get them to a protected area so they can be rescued later.
Absolutely. And remember, when we say special needs or somebody who needs assistance, might be in many different areas. So don't pigeonhole yourself to just think of somebody maybe in a wheelchair, but it might be somebody who gets nervous in situations like that need just a little extra assistance to make sure they're safe.
And if unfortunately you do wind up injured, we want to make sure that you get care immediately. Make sure that you report injuries and that you take the best care of yourself before coming back to work.
And remember, in your workplace, it's not wrong to report things. It's a good thing to do that. Remember, you might not only be helping yourself, but you might be helping others who are looking for you to take the first step.
Creating a culture of safety is, again, part of everyone's job.
Absolutely. And you put that together, well, it ends up to be just a win for everybody. Also, you want to make sure that those phone numbers that you need, we all know the magic one, 911. But there are other phone numbers that you might also need. Poison prevention hotline, even a suicide prevention hotline, or maybe a number for chemical burns that can answer your questions on the phone immediately. But remember, those need to be visible and not to be searched for.
Absolutely. Bookmark important numbers so that you can get out of a situation and then call your appropriate management and corrective team afterward.
Correct. Always take care of the immediate situation first. That's you. And remember, you can help others by helping yourself. If you yourself get into a situation, well, now just one person, but now we have 2. And that complicates the situation.
And remember, once you evacuate, never go back in until given the all clear.
And that is the truth. Many people sometimes say, I can go back in and help. We appreciate that. And we know a lot of times people have the heart to do that. But it's not the right decision. Wait for the professionals to get there because, again, if you go back in and you get trapped, now that there's only 1, 2, or 3, now we have 4, 5, or 6. So just let the professionals do their job.
Thank you so much for doing your part. We look forward to meeting you for round 3 where we talk about survivorship after the injury.
Thank you very much.